Alright, so by my estimation, we are live with what will be the final holes of the Championship of the United Kingdom. Leaderboard is up there. Denny Rowetter currently clinging to a one-shot lead, heading to 12. I have played out, you can see a lot of finishes there. I've played out all the out of contention guys except for Magallanes. I'm going to go ahead and I'll do his out of contention rolls live since they're all part of the same hole. But the other ones it was the two groups and they were all together. So I just decided to roll them out on their own. Now, the only thing we have to do here before we get started, because this is the point where we go with an emerging contender. So I would, if you already saw this and heard the score, then I guess you have no interest in going back and watching the first two parts of this final round. They are on the channel for anybody who is interested, but at this point, I've already told you who is in the lead. You can already see it on the screen, so maybe that's not so interesting to you anymore. That's cool. We're going to finish it out here. So this is Royal St. George's, a course put on to cards by Rob Marino, and it's been a pretty good track so far. We're going to keep going. And why did that do what it just did? Oh, okay. Looks fine. Yeah, what was I going to say? So, that's where we're playing. It's Royal St. George's. It's the third out of the four majors here for this tour. Now, we are at the point with emerging contender. Your leader is Rowetter with a -2. So if we look at the chart, we have to roll one time on the emerging contender roll. We'll roll white and black. If it's in the teens, we have to find an emerging contender. It's 25, so none. That simplifies the routine here. We won't have to go into any further additions to these golfers. So let's get going here. So we're only going to be doing 6 golfers, one of them being out of contention. So let's roll here. 3. I think we've already seen 13. We would have played this on the previous broadcast. So it's a 456-yard par 4. Prince's is the name of the hole. And it's going to be, let's see, who is first? It's going to be Rance Aberley. Aberley, the Canadian, is 2 behind. One of 5 golfers within 2 shots of the lead. So let's see how this all plays out as we wrap up here. We have, I believe all of these guys would be constituting a first major, but I'm not 100% sure of that. So 34 on this. So course control means the caution symbol will be in effect. 34, it's going to be Golf Cam course. And we look at 1 under the par 4 section. Is it cordial? No. Is Aberley laser? He is. He'll have a clutch birdie putt. And he is neutral putting. He's going to use a blue chip. This would put him to within 1. If he can get a 1 to 5 now, a 6 would be a miss. It's in the hole. Drains it. Rance Aberley with 3 birdies in the last 4 holes. And he is to -10 on a tear here in the final round, looking for his first major. Now, Su Cheng Tien. Another course control. 23 is going to be rough in 2 with this little, let's see. So I think this little symbol is here. If the decide or die is dot, which it isn't, it would be out of bounds. So it's not out of bounds. Su Cheng Tien avoids that, so it's rough in 2. Green 3, is he a workman? His recovery does not have that, so it'll be a gimme par, and he will escape. You know, a bounce the wrong way would have been probably a double bogey or worse, but he gets a par on 13 and escapes, still clinging within one shot, just hanging on there. And now Magallanes, it's a neutral hole. We just roll one die. It's a 2. That'll be a par. Let's go back to 12. And Justin Wallace got birdie on 11. So on this relatively easy par 4, it's 379 yards. Lemonade. He gets a white 6. He's going to take a par and a blue chip, so that will bring him up to 2. Now Denny Rowetter. Birdie would extend it to 2 here. Can he get it? It's going to be course control. We had a lot of 5s here so far. It's going to be short game check. Green 1. Is he soft? He is hero. He's not soft. So it's still going to be a pin check. We're going to roll the white die and the decider. It's a 3. That'll be an easy par putt. We roll 2 dice. It's the high roll. And there's no 6s there, so we take 2 6s to miss. So it's a par. Moves on. Nick Yarlett. A birdie would tie here at 12. Short par 4. Still course control. 36 is going to be rough in, I believe that's rough in 3. Yes, it is. That's going to be a bad result for Yarlett. Let's see what happens here. With a green 3. Is he workman? No. Easy putt for bogey. Well, he can't afford to lose anymore. He can't try to chance the moderate. He could burn the red chip here. He's just going to par it here. Or he's going to bogey it here. Take his lumps with the easy bogey putt. Okay, so one guy falls, another rises up. Aberley within 1 now. Yarlett down to -9. As we reach the 14th with this group, and it'll be Aberley. He is hot right now. And this is a par 5, 547 yard, definitely reachable. Wants a 1, 2, or 3 on the white die. This is called the Suez Canal. If he gets a 4 or a 5 on the white die, it's semi-daunting. It's a 3, so 2, 3, 6, par 5. Duffer. No, he isn't. Direct green, it's not. Let's double check. 2, 3, 6. Okay, so it's going to be a short game check for Aberley. Green 3, is he soft? He is soft. This enables a pin check for him. It's a 2. That's an easy par. He makes it. So he'll stay stationed at -10. Su Sheng Tian, again, next to play. And 1, 3, 5. He has control with a white 2. Duffer or puny, he's neither of those. Champion or hero. He is a champion, so we go to the special short game with a green 1. Is he stone? No, he isn't. So it's going to be a pin check for this. If he could roll a 1 and a dot here, this would be an eagle. It's a 3. That will lead to an easy birdie putt. So a 1 through 4 will tie him for the lead. It's down and then in the hole. 2 under in his last 3 holes, and Su Cheng Tian joins Denny Rowetter at -11. The Taiwanese golfer is -4 on the day and is looking for a major title here. Semi-daunting hole for Magallanes. That's a par. Okay, back to 13. You're welcome to leave a comment, say hi if you're here. If not, it's okay to just hang out and watch. Okay, back to 13, Justin Wallace. And he gets a white 1, so he'll have control 156. So par 4. Legend or bomber. He's a bomber. He will get a gallery cheers. A blue chip. He's got 3 now. He can burn at least 1 here. Let's see. Gallery cheers. Green 1. Is he a champion? Yes. This is a gimme birdie putt. He doesn't have to use a chip. He can just roll this in to tie Rowetter and Tien. No 6s. He got 1. That's still good enough. That's a birdie for Wallace, and he joins Rowetter. Now Rowetter with a chance to match here. Hello, Gideon. Thanks for all of the stuff you do here for the History Maker golf playing crew. A white 1 is going to be golfer control again. So Rowetter, maybe he'll get a chance here to birdie. 3, 4, 4. Yeoman or puny? No, nothing. Firm green, it's not listed as firm, so it's going to go golf cam green, and it's a challenging green. Could this be a 2-shot swing? Let's see. With it being challenging, there's a chance. 3. On the par 4. Is it challenging? Yes. Clutch putt for par. He needs a putt here. He is semi-gold. So 1 to 4. He's not going to spend a blue chip. He would earn a blue chip if he makes it. 1 to 4. He makes it. So he ups his chip total. And he gets a par, and he stays tied for the lead with Wallace and Sucheng. Yeah, Gideon, you just put out another course, I think just in the last day or 2, right? Yarlett coming off a bogey now. Wants control, can't get it, so it's going to be, oh boy, he gets another. Is that this? I didn't play. Is that 2 holes in a row with a rough in 3 and 36? It sure is. Boy, he gets jobbed 2 in a row where the 36 puts him into the rough in 3. So 2 terrible iron shots for Yarlett. He's just scrambling to get up and down for bogey here. And a green 2. Is he workman? No. Easy bogey putt. You know what? He is going to try and scrub this red chip here. It's a moderate now. And he does make the moderate bogey. Now he doesn't have to deal with the red chip, but he is now 3 behind the 3 leaders, and his chances at victory here are looking slimmer and slimmer. Glen Oaks in New York. Yeah, well, yeah, it is. It's definitely in the wee hours of the morning over across the pond. We'll see if I can get this finished up before 1. Definitely a tough break for Yarl. I need a sip of something cold here. I have a little fan going, but it's still pretty warm. I think we hit 95 today here in the Delaware Valley, so. Back to a spring swelter, I guess is what you would call it. Okay, to 15. Haven't seen this hole yet, and again, Gideon hosts the Merino version of this course that we're playing here, so if you find his drive folder, you'll find this. 496 yards. That's pretty cruel, but there's longer holes on this course as well. 5 degrees of course difficulty and daunting, so you know the only thing that saves you is maybe if you hit the 24 on the golf cam green, or if you got chips to spend, you can you know, if you do end up on the green, you won't have to deal with the challenging aspect of it, and then you would avoid it. But then again, you got to spend 2 chips to get around the daunting, so that's your other plight. So Su Cheng Tian would love just a white 6 here. And of course, the white 6 comes up. That's a par. So, and I knocked Justin Wallace's chips all over the place with the decider die, taking a little. So I don't know how often I call the white 6, but he's going to stay tied for the lead. Let's see, Aberley. I've just assumed it's Aberley. It could be Aberl. Could be Aberlay. Could be Aberley. Could be all sorts of different things. So let's see, what's his deal? White 5, so 44. That's going to be short game, regular short game, normal short game, whatever you want to call it. Green 4, is he stone? No. It'll be an easy par, no caution symbol. So easy par. Doesn't want 6s, and he doesn't get them. So par for Aberley, 3 holes to play. He is still 1 back. Magallanes, we're in the out of contention deal here. Daunting, do we need? Yeah, we still need the decider die. We get a 5. That will be a bogey for the Spaniard. Back to 14. Yeah, somehow I called the white 6. I don't know how that. It does happen a fair amount. I think part of it is I'll usually say it when I haven't seen it in a while, so then you're kind of like, I don't know. There's really no such thing as due in dice rolling. Maybe you feel like you're due, but I don't know. 14, par 5, Justin Wallace, tied at minus 11. 4-5-5. He gets the requisite white die roll for control. 4-5-5 right here. Legend, no. Hacker, no. Champion sure is. It's an easy birdie putt. He's got 3 chips. He's going to use 1 to go gimme. Have 2 left. And now all he needs is to avoid the high. And it's in. Wallace takes the lead. I would have probably considered him the favorite here coming into this final round. Out of these guys, he's probably the most accomplished out of the bunch. I think he's won twice. This would be his. It's either going to be his 3rd or his 4th victory this year. So I think it would be his 3rd. But I really should have that in front of me. But I'm lazy and troublesome and addled. No, just kidding. I'm not that bad, I don't think. Some people might think I am. 1-1-3. That's a low roll. Does it do anything for row wetter? Scatter, no. Champion, no. Hacker, no. Too bad he didn't get a hero, but it'll be a moderate birdie putt. He's hoping for a 1 or a 2 here on the green die when we roll it. He has chips to use, but he's going to hang on to them for now. Oh, what a putt. That's a birdie, and Rowetter matches Wallace. Now, Yarl really needs the same. He needs a birdie. I don't think he can do he can do no better. He's a shaper, so there's no way he's getting eagle here, barring like a. Oh, and he gets another white 5 on a semi-daunting hole. So 34 is course. Decider die is going to make it daunting, so he is in trouble. Green 4, is it daunting? Yes, he needs a clutch par putt. He is semi-gold, and he makes it, so he'll earn a blue chip. There would have been his... well, he gets to keep the blue chip now. He would have canceled out the red before, but he still made the putt anyway after he spent it, so there's no harm in any of that. Actually, that ends up turning out pretty decent for him. Hey, Derek. Yeah. 5, 3, 6, 2. I don't know. I never watched The Horse Whisperer, so I don't really I guess I understand the concept of the what they talk about in various whispering situations, but I don't have the full nuance to be able to accurately portray what a dice whisperer would do, other than say, ooh, Sucheng could use a white 6, and then it comes up. 16. So, again, let's reset. Minus 12 for Rowetter and Wallace. These top 4 are eating up the course. So, minus 5 on the day for Wallace. 4 under for Tien and Aberley. But they find themselves 2 and 3 shots behind, respectively. And Yarla is 1 over and fading fast. So, he's like that horse that kind of like plucked out to a lead, and then he realized he was just running too dang fast, and now he is in trouble. Got to try and find a couple birdies and hope. All right, so short par 3 here, 162, and short, by short I mean for major standards, 162 yards is kind of like a short one. So neutral, 4 degrees of difficulty, or course control, but nothing. If you get course control and on the Golf Cam course, you have a pretty good chance at par, and actually a fair chance at birdie probably, or at least a good run. And a semi-friendly green will help too. But there's not many course. Notice that this only has 2, 4, 5 course rolls that will bring up Golf Cam course on this. That's the other thing I forgot to mention about this in this particular segment of the recording. I did in the other 2. There's ways here that you can, Rob, I think Rob was probably troubled to do some kind of an amalgam of the 3, or an amalgam course rating, let's say, for Royal St. George's, because each tournament has kind of had its own character. So he gave a 3-layer approach here, where you could play. We're playing the base. You could go tough, and a lot of those you're adding a degree. So this would be a 5 course control, and if you go easy, you could take away the 2, so then it'd be 3. So he's got these ways to, depending on the year that you might want to replicate, or just how difficult you want to make the course, you can tone it up or down. And of course, I would say with any of these courses, you could, with measure, you could make little changes here and there if you wanted to. If you wanted to kind of like, if you wanted to play, let's say, Bethpage Black in a regular tournament, and you didn't want it to be all souped up, you might be able to convert a couple of holes by adjusting the course control and maybe like deadening some of the daunting character, things like that, if you wanted to. But I would do that conservatively. I would probably just go with a course that is more that more resembles the tournament that you want to kind of replicate. If you're doing something that's let's say fictional, and you want to, like, let's say, I don't know, you want to do something on the level of, let's say, the old Kingsmill tournament, was the Michelob Open. I can't remember if that was the name of it. I think it was, or something. That was on Kingsmill on the James. I mean, you could say, well, I'd like to maybe the Las Vegas course. I mean, it doesn't give you the same feel, but maybe like, probably Greenbrier's a little tougher than that would be. I don't know. Just I might be more inclined to change my course completely and just choose a different venue than to fiddle. But you can fiddle too. It's not that big of a deal. But just beware that it's going to change your numbers, and you're going to end up with a course that's, it may be much different. It may be not that different at all. some of it's sample size related too, right? The more you play, the more it's gonna like probably center in on its desired rating. If you just play a one-off, one tournament, I mean, maybe if I play 5 of these, in the other 4, Rowetter, Wallace, Tien, and Aberle are all even or over par. You know, I don't know. This is kind of a, you know, this has been a well played tournament by these guys. So I don't know. Maybe this is just an anomaly. So anyway, but we'll get here and play 16. I'm carrying on, and it's ruining Gideon's bedtime. So, hey Larry. I'd love to go down and play Kingsmill on the James. The 18th hole is pretty interesting. You play it right over water. Okay, so Tien. Let's see, what's he at? 1? Aberle has 1. Next is a semi-cordial hole, and then you got 18 that I think is a neutral, right? That's neutral, but it does have caution symbol. 17 has a caution symbol too. I think we're going to use it here for Aberle. He has a trifecta of good. Actually, all 4 of them are really positive iron traits for a par 3. So I think we're going to use Aberle's blue chip here. I think we're going to hang tight with Tien and just have him play it out here. Maybe he'll get a white 1. I am the dice whisperer. Good grief. Now it's going to look like I'm stacking them. So, 4, 5, 5. I have no clue what that's going to bring up. Oh boy, champion. He is a champion. Here's an easy birdie putt. Is he going to use the chip here? This would be a, let's see, that would put him, see, he wants to tie for lead. Yeah, he's going to use the chip. He's going to go gimme birdie. Yeah, and that's in. He would have made it anyway, but that's a birdie for Tien. He joins Rowetter and Wallace at minus 12. So now Aberle, we are going to use the chip. He's going to have control of this. Let's see how it works out. 2, 4, 5. Not so lucky. Utility. He's not utility, so we go to the golf cam green. The decider die will help. Green 5. Is it friendly? Semi-friendly, yes. So he has a clutch birdie putt. Now the downside of this is he cannot improve his clutch rating. So he needs a 1 to 3 here. He can't earn a red chip, but this is his only way of getting to within 1. He needs a low number, and he gets it. They're coming up roses here. I was going to say if this was named Roses, then that would be good, but it's named nothing. So a birdie for Aberle, and now Enrique, he's going to par. 2 holes left to play for these guys, and we've got 4 within a shot of the lead. So, back to 15 here. Wallace, what's he going to get? I was going to say white 6. That white 1 won't help him here, though. 45 is going to be golf cam course. Full daunting. Oh, boy. This is a clutch bogey, so this is going to hurt Wallace, and he is neutral. He's got to decide if he's using a chip to try and stay within 1. Or does he take the chip? If he misses this, then it's a double, and he is way back. I think he's going to play conservative here. So now he needs a 1 to 5, and he makes it. And that's on a bogey, which is not the way you want to play it if you can help it. But he does live to play another day. So next up will be Rowetter. Makes you wonder if you should use the 2 chips here, right? White 6 is a possibility. That's the only way you get away with it. No, 56, that's another golf cam course. Green 1. Oh, this is a great roll. This is the best roll you can get if you're on a daunting hole, right? I believe that's the case. Cordial, no. Laser, no. The only way this would be better is if he were laser, because he'd get a birdie putt. Instead, he's going to have a clutch par putt. He is semi-gold. He's going to have to take his chances here and hope he doubles on chips or goes 3 for 2, right? Well, you can't see it, but there it is. It's a 1, so he does nail it. So he gets another blue chip, and that's a par. The best roll you can get on a daunting, I don't know what, I would say the white 6 is probably your best roll. But okay, Yarlet, he's in a shambles. He's burning up at the pyre of St. George's, and it's course 6. Is it daunting? Of course it is. Clutch par putt. He needs a 1 to 4 here. And he misses it. There goes his blue chip. And now he is easy bogey. And he's bogeyed 3 of 4. And that's going to just about wrap up his chances at a win. So Yarlet folds down the stretch. Not quite as dramatic as Mito Pereira, but dramatic enough. Dramatic enough for his taste. He would just as soon not have bogeyed 3 of 4. All right, so Roeder and Tien. The American versus the Taiwanese. Then right one back, you've got Wallace and Aberley just waiting to pounce. We got the 17. What do we got here? Maybe a... Yeah, so... I mean, that's definitely... You know, your green 1... I guess you could say on a daunting hole, anytime you get a green 1, aside from if you're in the water, you're probably all right. Because, you know, it also depends on if you have really crappy... You know, if you've got bad recovery qualities, then you're probably going to get hosed. But yeah, I mean, the green 1 usually ends up being a cordial laser check or a cordial, cordial laser, right? Although on the golf cam green, it's the opposite. It's the 6. But anyway, you have probably more chances on the 5 course control holes of the golf cam course. So in most instances. So course in 16 there, you had so many hazard. Wait, where was I? 16? Yeah, we were playing. What were we playing? 15. Yeah, I'm getting my holes mixed up. Yeah, it's this one. You had plenty of course. I mean, the course on a daunting hole, the golf cam course is it's gonna be punishing probably. You know, you're just hoping for a par at that point. Excuse me, 17. Let's look at these last 3 holes and see if we're going to end up with a playoff. You get semi-cordial here at least. It is 5 degrees of difficulty, but you can also spend 1 chip and get a hold of this. So, but you're also a half chance if the course does have control. You get a half chance at a birdie putt probably, or at least a pretty good chance on that cordial. So 426, so a short hole. Now this group has no blue chips right now, so Tien. So you have Tien 3 under on the back. You got Aberley 4 under. What a good pairing this group is here. Like Magallanes is the only one who's really losing his grasp on reality here. Okay, so this is going to be... Fortunately, the 36 here for Tien is a roughen 2, and he's got a green 1, so that's going to lead to a pin check, I believe. Rough and 2, pin check, because he's not workman. Yep, so let's roll it out here. A 1 and a dot, and he takes the lead outright. Otherwise, he should have a pretty decent chance at a par. 1 and no dot. It's going to be a gimme par, so close. And he makes the gimme par. Stays at -12. And now Rance, the lumberjack. Just thinking a bit here for a second. Oh boy. So 5. You know what? He still made that putt. I needed to add a factor of difficulty there, but there was not a high roll. It was a gimme par. We make it easy because of the caution symbol. I forgot that, but I think we're covered there. Now this is what I'm worried about, and my vision sucks. So let's see if I can parse this out. That is a... That is a star, which the star is if the decide or die is yes, unlucky lie, play rough and 1. With a green 2, that's not a bad lie. Actually, on a semi-cordial hole, it is kind of bad. So, so rough and 1, green 2. Is he a master? No. So instead of a moderate, we have to give him a difficult. So this is going to be... He needs a 1 through 3 to have a chance on 18 to tie. At least at the current... Oh, and he gets it. At least at the current setup here. So he gets his par. He'll move to 18 tied with Wallace 1 back. Of course, that's also dependent upon what Wallace does here. Semi-cordial. That's a bogey for Enrique. He is 7 over on his round. His card has more squares than a New York suburb or whatever. I don't know. New York borough. And yeah, so back to 16. And we got row wetter. Let's go. Par 4, rough 1, green 1. Oh, you're helping me with the reading there. Yeah, it's wait. Rough 1, green 1. What? Yeah, anyway. I'm going with what I played. I'm probably... Oh, wait. So row wetter has how many chips? 3. He's plucking control of this one because he can. He's only a hero, though, so this could go wrong. Let's see. 255. Par 3. He's not a hacker. We go to experience. He is icon. Green 2 is if he's an icon, it's a gimme birdie putt, and he gets it. Gimme birdie. Can he do it? Avoid 6s. It's in. Row wetter with a birdie on 16. Moves to -13. 1 shot lead with 2 to play. Now Wallace finds himself 2 back. Is the bedwetter going to win? Could have used a... Actually, might be a good thing we didn't use the chip there for Wallace. That's a 3-4-5, which is a trash roll on all the holes when you have control. So 45 is, well, this isn't probably much better. If the decide or die is dot, this is a deep bunker. So bunker, and it's going to be water in 1. Or we play it like water. So then we go as the icon. He is semi-icon. We got to re-roll this. And so he is icon. He'll have an easy bogey putt, but that's going to leave him too far back. I think that's 2 bogeys in a row, and he's going the way of his playing partner, Yarlett. So Rowetter, the only person he has to worry about right now, I think, is Tien. Maybe Aberley getting a birdie there and putting a little bit of pressure on those final 2 holes. Now Yarlett, the Harlots have started canvassing the property for quote-unquote playing partners for the night. They need to let off some steam after this abysmal performance by their man, Nick. So the decider dies a no, so we can just play bunker in 1. I hope I'm reading it right. I think I am. Yeah, I just need to change the angle of it sometimes. Bunker in 1. Par 3. Green 4. Is he chunky? No. So he'll have a moderate par putt. And he makes it. Okay. We are heading towards that final scene potentially on 18. Could it be Rowetter's day? It is looking pretty good for that, but you still got a couple of tough holes left to navigate, and it's going to be Sucheng Tien here on the final hole. Home. Probably not as happy as home, but you're probably just happy to be done with the round. Especially Yarlett and to an extent Wallace here as he's backed up. 450 yards, par 4, 4 degrees of control and a caution symbol. Fairway bunkers, catch misdirected drives, an accurate approach is needed. So find the narrow green and avoid Duncan's Hollow to the left and out of bounds lawn. Man, my eyes, I need to go to the eye doctor one of these days because it's, and so one thing we can remember here is that Rowetter has 2 blue chips and neither hole is daunting. So with a 1-shot lead, I don't know if just taking control on each of those is the answer. But maybe. I don't know. We'll see. I got to think about it. We can worry about that in a minute. Tien is first. Doesn't have blue chips. 46 is... What is that one of those cross symbols? It is. Decide or die is yes. It's going to be played as water. So Tien is going to probably going to bogey out on this hole, which is going to give Rowetter a 2-shot lead most likely, barring a miracle birdie from Aberley. So in 1, water, par 4, green 1. Is he hero? He's champion, he's not hero, so it's going to be a moderate bogey putt. Actually, it's going to be a difficult bogey putt when you factor that in. He does make it. He's going to end at -11. And so Tien is going to need a collapse from Rowetter to have any chance at this. In the clubhouse, a nice, what is that, a 66 4 under par. So a great round, just maybe not good enough here today. Rance Aberley. He'd really love a white 1 here. We've whispered it so far, but he gets the white 6. I think he's got to attack the green here. Got to attack the green. We're going to re-roll white. Gets a 5. That's a moderate putt for par. He had to give it a shot. 1 to 5. And he makes it. So that's a par. So he finishes with a 65 -11. Man, 2 shots back as of this moment. A great round, but not great enough. And so the neutral, that's another bogey for Enrique. He is dropped in a 78 for good measure. And All right. So it is definitely Denny's to lose. Oh boy, what do we do here? Do we start buying him control? I think you want to avoid those bunkers. I think you take your chances on some wacky roll. Let's do it. Let's see how this works out. This is a theory. We're testing it. Rowetter's deciding. I'm gonna I don't know what is. Let's consider this like I'm gonna choke down a little bit and try and take a little bit off of this and play for the fairway. See if this works out. 1, 2, 3. It's gonna be golf cam green, green 2. May need a clutch par here. Let's see. 4, green 2. Friendly, no. Challenging, no. Easy putt for par. We are golfer control, so we don't use the caution. So it's an easy par. Gotta avoid sixes here. 2 6s would be a bogey, or, well, at least a bogey. And he makes his par. One step closer to a major champion, a champion on the tour. And so now Yarlett, 36, that's rough in 2, green 2. Master, no. Moderate par putt, it's actually difficult, but he makes it anyway. Now Justin Wallace, he's going to save his chip. Well, yeah, because it's semi-cordial. Maybe you get on the course, right? Okay, 14, rough in 1, green 6. He gets but he is a master, so he ends up with a double difficult birdie putt. He's going to lag it. All right, well, that takes it to a moderate par. The decide or die, if it were dot, it would be a difficult, but it'll be a moderate. 1 to 5, he makes the par. All right, so 18 left. And it's a major. Let's see, where is our little green chart here? Put it down here. Blue. Orange and yellow. Do it this way, and then of course we'll get a green, a white 6, and that will put the kibosh on it all. But okay, so who is up first? Rowetter's going to play first. What we're hoping here is just a normal play. Oh, he's going to take control of this. Just wants, he'll even take a bogey here if he can get that. No special results. That's what he doesn't want. 2, 3, 4. Direct green, no. Dynamic, no. Right now. Is he hot? Decide or die says yes. That is an easy birdie putt, correct? Let's see. I got to look this up. Decide or die is a yes. We haven't used it yet. So right now, par 4. Is he hot? He birdied 16. He parred 17. Decide or die, yes. Easy birdie putt. So we're gonna put one right here. Easy birdie. A 2 putt, a 3 putt for a win, really, for him. But we're gonna play out the rest here. Who's next? Yarlett doesn't have a chip. It's gonna be 24. That's golf cam green. Green 2, friendly, no. Challenging, no. It'll be a moderate putt for par because of the... And that's red, not orange, but we know what we're talking about. Moderate par. All right, and now Wallace. And he's going to take control as well. And there's the 3, 4, 5. The gallery groans. They feel his pain right here. And he's not a workman. So a difficult putt for par, and that is the epitome of his round. All right, so let's clean up the garbage first. Let's see. Let's go with the difficult par first for Wallace. 1 to 3. Misses. That's a moderate bogey. And we will have him putt that 1 to 5. He makes the bogey. Wallace 3 under. Last 4 holes. Undoes a 3 under through the first 5 of the back 9. Still a 68, so not a bad round, but he finishes at -9. He'll end up in 4th place. Could have been worse. Okay, now we're going to go with Yarlet. The Harlots are already too busy sucking face to really pay any attention to this par putt. You know, it's 1 to 5, and he makes it. So par for Yarlet. His sponsor, Trojan, is very happy in his demise because it may sell a few boxes tonight. A 72, though. Yarlet could have been a lot better here. Started at -9, ends up at -7, and he's going to kick in 5th. So, and now Denny Rowetter with an easy birdie. Can he drain it right here? A 1 to 4, and he goes home in style with a -14 finish. It's in the hole. A 1. He buries it center cut. No doubt about it. Strokes it home. Denny Rowetter is your champion. He is a major winner. The British faithful are clapping for him with much chagrin. They wanted a home victory, but their guys, Dustin Emmerich in particular, didn't really show up today, and so they have to watch a bloody American do his silly dance. He actually brought an inflatable mattress and is now wetting the bed on 18. The Royal and Ancient Golf Club is horrified. But that's the way it goes in Denny Rowetter land. So that is your final. What a finish. I'm on the rails, man. I've been snorting. No, I'm kidding. I don't do that. Never have, never will. I'm just crazy. So a nice course here. Let's blow this scorecard up here. Thank you, Rob Marino, for carding this. We had a couple of 65s here, Rowetter and Aberley. We had a 66. We had a 68 and a 69. And we had some rather crooked scores in the other direction. So, you know, I think this idea of a pot bunker being played equivalent to a water hazard is at least drama inducing. It really, I think, kind of separates the chaff out. It's a bit it is probably a little bit random. You know, it's basically a decide or die is a lot of that. But you know, I think everybody pretty much hit it. Rowetter, I'll tell you what, Rowetter aside, here, let's take a look. Let's get to the score. Let's see, can I get my scorecard page up here? Is this it? Rowetter, his card, he bogeyed 1. Aside from that, it was clean. Super clean. Clean as a whistle, as they say in these parts. That's weird. I guess my other screen will be. And I have a very wacky look about me here. Come on there, fella. Why are you being weird? Alright. I'm trying to fix my camera. It looks a little wonky because... Alright. That looks a little better. But if you see here, in a birdie 5, 7, 8, 14, 16, 18. What a nice day. I mean, this is the best I've seen Rowetter play. He usually kind of pulls what the other leaders did, but he just kept it simple, and he used chips sparingly, and then had some built up at the end, which he was then able to deaden the worst of the hazard rolls on 17 and 18. Took those out of play, and just who knows? We play a couple more holes here. Maybe maybe he ends up in a couple pot bunkers. So yeah. Hold on here. I gotta do a little bit of this. Yeah. Let's see. How can I... That'll disappear. That'll make this disappear down there. So, all right. So, another tournament out of the way. I think we've got 6 left here. I'm going to do a reshuffle of the Slacker Tour, the guys that promoted from last year, and we're going to play out the end. We're going to finish with the PGA Championship equivalent, and that's going to be it for this season. So we still have a few tournaments left. Apologies for not being yesterday, but got back from a trip, had one small snafu which changed the dynamics of that trip, so I was unable to record last night. But we did it tonight, and who knows, maybe if we did it last night, the dice would be feeling extra frisky for the Harlots, and maybe Nick would have gotten his. But instead, they know the dice know that the Harlots have one thing on their mind. So, Nick may want to look for another fan group. So, all kidding aside, thanks for watching this. Let's see. Like, subscribe, the usual business. Yeah, Gideon, I would say that's a fairy tale. I mean, you had Emmerich. He started the day -3 though, so he was not. He was really on the outs altogether. Not that his card in this season is not so hot. I think they either downgraded him a putting grade, or it's the same, but he's not as good at driving. A couple of things they've just kind of taken a little bit of and I don't know. I think season 2, he had a lot of luck go his way in that one stretch. I think that's one of those deals where I'm pretty. It's pretty interesting to see that he went off in a stretch of maybe 15 tournaments where he won, 8 of them or something like that. I mean, he was rocking and rolling, and but I don't know, maybe that card was. I haven't heard as many people thinking that card was that good. So I think he just got a bit fortunate at times, and you'll have that. But Aberley, Wallace, I would have thought those guys would have been the ones to, it would have taken a bit more of an effort from Aberley. He was, he just started too far back. The third round process didn't put him in he didn't have a great third round. Moving day, he was just a little too far back heading into it, and Rowetter just kind of got the nerves out of the way on one. Then he just let the course, took what was coming his way, tried not to play too aggressively on the holes where you could get burned, and in the birdie opportunities, he grabbed them. So that's about all you can say for that. Tien and Aberley, those two guys, they played well, but I think on a course like this, it's really tough to expect to get -7, and I think Aberley would have needed -7 on this day. So anyhow, let's say goodnight and God bless to you all. I hope everybody enjoyed their weekend, had a good Memorial Day. Of course, those not in the U.S. don't observe that, I don't believe. So that's just saying, I guess, for those of us here in America, we use that to celebrate our loved ones who have gone, and to an extent, and more so the ones who were lost in battle. So I had a good weekend. I should sign off. I said I was going to sign off, but sometimes I just think of something else to say. And so one of the things that my brother and I did, because usually my mom and my dad would buy a bunch of flowers and go around to the grave sites of our family. And my mom and dad, there's just more doctor's appointments at this point in their lives, and so it was kind of like they didn't have the time to really plan that out the way they wanted to. So my brother went and bought flowers and came and got me and my dad. I was visiting this weekend, and we went out on Saturday and went to several of the family grave sites around the area, and I think that's the first time I've ever done that. Back in high school, I played the baritone, and there were a few occasions where I was asked to play taps on that. It's not usually the instrument that you play taps on for that kind of a thing. It's usually a bugle or maybe a trumpet or cornet or something like that. But so I do appreciate those services. I don't do enough. Don't take enough effort to show my support in person. A lot of times the ones that mean the most to me are the ones where I grew up, and with the way vacation happens, you have a finite amount of vacation, and so you kind of like on Memorial Day ends up being the travel day, right? And so a lot of times those are the days when the parades and the showing of the colors and et cetera happen. So but I still think very affectionately of our country. I am not thrilled with the overall direction of the country, but these things have a way of kind of like evening themselves out over time, and we end up in a place where hopefully hopefully we end up in that place. So all right, well, so last just echoing Larry and Gideon and what I said earlier, thank you, Rob Marino with an E, no relation to Dan. Thank God. Laces out, Dan. No, Rob Marino, did a great job with that. I'm interested to see if he's still making courses and if he has any others that he's thinking about putting together, especially with some of the creativity he used to create a course card set that could be that could play out in different ways, could give different results depending on what you want, and who knows, again, maybe you can like mix and match some stuff in order to very much have it feel the way you want it to for the year round. But it's weird. I don't know about Larry or Gideon, or I don't know if Derek is still on here, if there's anybody else watching. I have to watch myself feeling too much like, oh, I want courses to play easy. You know, it can be frustrating when you end up in a stretch of holes where it's just like everybody is too over par. And I don't know how best to avoid that feeling. You know, I think we all like the feeling of seeing birdies and seeing lower scores, but you know, we just 2 weekends ago had the PGA Championship on TV, and granted, those, you know, they were in double digits at times, but you know, you have to have a tough course to really replicate the feel of a major. And I would say the British and the Masters are usually the two that have the most accessible courses. I think those are the ones where you're going to see your most lower scores. The U.S. Open and the PGA are usually higher rough, quicker greens. The British, it varies. You know, if you end up at Carnoustie, that thing's just a devil. Also depends on wind conditions. If the course is really dried up, can you hold greens? Are you going to end up getting rolls that are going to take you into traps and, you know, gorse and things like that? So, you know, the British is kind of like more, I feel like it's got a wider spread. You're going to have some British Opens where it's going to be 20 under par, and then you're going to have some like the one at Carnoustie where you're like nobody's under par. And you're having a guy in Van de Velde struggling to even make a double bogey on the finishing hole. So yeah. So anyway, good night, guys. Rowetter, that's neat. I've kind of lampooned his name over the course of the last 2 3/4 seasons, and he won a tournament, so good for him. I keep hiding behind this thing instead of being over here. Good night. Hit like. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. Thanks for supporting Tenacious Sports and all of the other great dice rolling channels that are out there. And last of all, I don't usually talk too often about other channels, just wishing ID Jester well. I think he's having some tough times with some medical stuff, so we just wish him well with all that he's going through right now. And just hang in there, guys. We will be back here again very soon for who knows what. Whatever comes up on the table here. See you soon.